Hey you, do you want some code?
Here is another test for you. It may be something that you've been asking yourself throughout these past couple of videos. If we have to do all the interpretation and compile all the language, why not just use machine code from the beginning? Why don't all programs just use machine code ahead of time? We compile our code, let's say JavaScript, and then we just give our websites the machine code, so they don't even have to worry about all the compiling, interpreting, and JIT compiling. What do you think the answer to that is? Take a second here, pause the video, and see if you can answer this yourself to test your comprehension. Alright, are you ready for this? You see, if JavaScript were compiled, then the compilation would have to be super fast. Because remember, our JavaScript files get sent from the server to the browser, so the compiling has to happen on the browser or the competing browsers. That is, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, Chrome browsers would have to agree on some binary executable format or standard that can understand this machine code, because at the end of the day, these browsers are the ones that are executing the code. Now, when JavaScript was created in 1995, that's the start of the browsers wars, where the browsers are competing against each other. So compiling the code ahead of time, or even just compiling the code on the browsers, was not feasible at all, because back in the day that was really slow. But also having all the browsers agree on an executable format to run JavaScript, well, they didn't get along, so that was not going to happen. Even now, browsers have different ways of doing things, and there is just no real standard. But luckily, enough things might change in the future. We now have something called WebAssembly, and something that you should really keep an eye on, because this could be a game changer in the future. We have this standard binary executable format called WebAssembly, and this is what we didn't have in 1995. We didn't have the competing browsers agreeing on this format, where we can compile our code all the way down to WebAssembly, this executable format, so that it runs really fast on the browsers instead of having to go throughout the entire JavaScript engine process. So keep your eyes on the WebAssembly. But I hope now if you heard about WebAssembly and you're curious what it is, there's a big advantage of it. We might not have to do all the interpreter, compiler, and all the steps that JavaScript requires to actually run the code on the browser. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.